All right, we're here with Coach Sullivan, post Nittany Lion Challenge, post Parents' Day. So we've had a long day here at Ashton Fodder Indoor Track. Probably the first thing I want to ask about is Casloxum facility, meet, and school record in the 800 at 146.98, I believe. And that is also, the really cool thing about that is it is the fastest time on a bank track since 2006. So just starting there, if you could kind of talk about how things went for the Nittany Lions today.
I thought it was the fastest time ever. I don't know. No, it was awesome racing. I think, starting off with Kaz, I mean, that was the goal today, to run a great 800, put up a good time that would, ensure a situation where he looks to be able to get to nationals and be in the top 16 to get to the NCAA championships. And I would assume that will hold through the season. Hopefully it'll hold through the season. But that was the goal today, and he executed perfectly. It's just great to see a kid like that just is a lot of confidence, a lot of racing experience, and just really run hard and run beyond where he's been before. And there was no safety to it at all. I mean, he was at a really pretty good rig on the way home, but he held his form and got under 147 inside, and it's just impressive. I mean, I've been going to a lot of indoor meets all these years, and we've had some great NCAAs, and that's the fastest I've seen at an indoor meet. So I was extremely impressed, and he pulled along our freshman Brandon Kidder, who's just going to be phenomenal and probably challenge that record someday. At least I hope he does. And that just was a really super piece of the day today. But the day in itself was really pretty good. Last week we talked about it being a rust buster and just getting started and focusing on competing and just kind of shaking things off. We'd only had 3 or 4 days of practice before the last meet, and today we really started to look not necessarily sharp, but just much more productive and much more coming through on the late throw, coming through on the last jump, coming through at a new height, because just technically they were doing things a little bit more sound. And we won a lot of races on the track, which is really fun. We were just competing against what was in front of us, and people were battling for wins. And those are the things that we want to be doing right now, because those are the things that it takes at championship time to know how to do. So I was impressed. I mean, don't get me started, because there was just so many good things today.
So a couple we'll talk about in the field events real quick. I will get started just on a few.
Okay.
The kids like Marlene Ricketts and Mike McClellan. Marlene goes out and jumps 42 feet and some change. It's, I believe, second all time for us. Mike McClellan comes in last year, kind of some ups and downs, and goes and clears 7-1. So what's it like to watch kids like that who kind of struggled the first couple years and then come out and really pop one?
Well, we always, Marlene was a late bloomer in high school. She was really good her final season in high school, and this is her junior year, and it's taken a few years for Coach Spence to kind of crack the code with her. And she's shown this kind of spark, she's shown this kind of intensity, but hasn't done it consistently. And this year she's just developed into a really competitive and fit and focused athlete. She's very coachable this year. She's very responsive, and just really an all-around great young person that's come into her own and found her stride. And Mike, what a great guy. I mean, here's a kid that's just loved Penn State. His high school coach was a former Penn Stater, one of the first women on the team at Penn State when they started women's varsity track and field. And so she nurtured him along. He came to camp and, just encouraged him to be a Penn Stater. And he's really a true blue Penn Stater. He got a 3.5 GPA this past fall semester, and now he comes out and jumping at the level that he is. It's cool to see. And Will Barr, another guy that, is just developed into where he's within range of challenging our school record in the weight throw. And that stuff was happening all over the place, and we've got a long ways to go. We're still fixing things. I'm excited that we have a 2-week cycle now till our next meet, so that we can just calm down and train hard and really get into a training cycle, because we haven't been able to. We've really just been preparing for each of these weekends. And so I'm looking forward to it. The new staff is settling in really well, and we certainly weren't perfect. There's always things you want to do better, and women drop the stick in the 4x4. That's always heartbreaking, especially the Penn State 4x4s. It's a mistake that is one that you don't want to brush over, because it's something you got to learn from and make sure it doesn't happen when it matters. We weren't perfect, but we were pretty darn good.
All right, Coach Sullivan, we'll see you again on the 25th and 26th at the Penn State National.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, Jess.